You know, we have like different strategies like that for every single game. We have people assigned to a certain weapon. That's all that they do, that's all they go for, and then they help out everybody else.
We were playing Valhalla. We were playing Shy Snipes with 25. It was 24-17. We were down. I told everybody to hold on, and I'll like handle this, and we came back all the way.
I had like 2 guys on me. We were in the lead, and we lost the lead because there's the item that you pick up called the bubble shield. It pops, and I'm completely weak, and I die and we lose the game. And so I scream, "The bubble shield pops right when I'm weak!"
You'd be playing at 1 o'clock in the morning when everybody on our floor is sleeping, and you just hear a loud scream from the next door, and then controller fly against the wall.
I played against these like Africans once, because I didn't know what they were saying, and it sounded like they were from like Egypt or something.
There are some people who can be pretty funny online. Some of them are just dumb.
Me and my buddies always like to add Dizzle onto the end of things, so go get shot Dizzle, shotgun, snipe Dizzle, sword Dizzle, just little communication terms. Come get some, noobs!
One of the main effects of games is the displacement. It's not just what the game has in it, it's what are you not doing when you're playing. So we have found in many, many studies that the more time people spend, you know, this is true for kids and college students, the more time they spend playing games, the worse their grades. And that makes a lot of sense, because for every hour a kid spends in front of the game, he's not reading, he's not doing homework, he's not exploring or creating or any number of other things that could have educational benefit.
And for some people, it is a problem. I've known people who have lost jobs because they couldn't go to work because they were up raiding until 2 in the morning and they were too tired to get up in the morning and they were constantly late for work. And I mean, I know people where that's been an issue. I actually knew somebody who almost got fired from his job because he was an assistant manager and he was in charge of making the schedule, and there were set nights that people were supposed to work. And he was manipulating the schedule so that he would have the nights off that he needed to go raid for World of Warcraft.
Oh, that douchebag's upstairs.
So, what are you doing, Ron?
Huh?
What are you doing right now?
Playing World of Warcraft?
More specifically, what's this? It's Battleground?
Yeah, it's a battleground. It's Warsong Gulch. It's one that the Alliance usually doesn't win, but I've won twice today so far. I'm going on a 3rd time, but it's not looking quite as promising. It's pretty much like capture the flag, and each team has to get to 3 points. But it's really kind of tough. It's 10 on 10. It's just a pain in the ass, because sometimes people on your team have no idea how to play.
What's being called video game addiction is a really interesting problem. I started studying it in 1999 to prove it wrong. I didn't believe. People were saying, oh, these games are addictive, and I said, that's all that means is kids do it a lot and parents don't understand why. And so they're giving it this bad label. To be an addiction doesn't mean you do it a lot. To be an addiction means you do it either so much or in such a way that it damages your life. Lots of people drink a lot and they're not addicted. Lots of people gamble a lot and they're not addicted. When it counts as an addiction, when it becomes pathological, is when it's actually damaging your life. And I said, that's not what's going on with video games. So I started studying it to prove it wrong. Ooh, and found I couldn't prove it wrong. There is a subgroup of kids that are playing in such a way and so much that they are really damaging their school performance and their family functioning and their social functioning.
Everybody's sort of ready for something like this, I think. A little more action.
When we bought this, we didn't have any idea that it was going to go this far.
I think it's great. It gives us something to do, it gives us exercise, but it don't over-exercise you. And just a great thing.
It's It's amazing how it's turned people around, how it's built friendships. People that normally wouldn't socialize together now are teaming up and playing in the mornings.
Well, I could see Pong, for instance. All you exercise with your fingers. But this is your arms, your legs. I mean, you can do as much or as little as you want to with it, really. You can build it into exercise, and I don't like exercise. But I like this.
You're accomplishing something, you're maintaining or developing a skill that you might not have had, the level of skill that you might not have had before.
The people that are now, they're, rather than going and sitting in front of the TV and falling asleep, they're down here playing this game. They're vibrant, they're up and they're walking around, they're talking to residents that they wouldn't even consider talking to before.
I can understand we're going to do boxing one of these days. That might be fun too.
You know, a lot of people, they always dream of being a rock star. And especially for people that don't really have any musical talent, that can just hop on a guitar or a bass on, you know, one of those two games and just go to town on it, you know, they can live their dream of being a rock star.
Coming from a music background, I appreciate it, and it also kind of makes me sad in a way because now everyone feels they can play when it's really red, green, blue, orange, red, green, blue, orange. But it's fun. It's bringing a new level to gaming, and again, pushing the envelope just as people have done again and again and again, and it's going to keep happening. My sister goes to an art school in Michigan, and she, once a week I see on their newsletter, oh, rock band tournament this weekend, Guitar Hero this night, we're going to play for a couple of hours. And this is a school where it's a community TV and nobody cares that someone's taking up the TV for 2 hours because they're all there playing.
Not team at all. Yeah, I got it now. I got a new snipe. One down. Boom! Pow-pow! Oh! Oh, what shot? I almost had the no-scope. Kyle, I was going for the no-scope. I'm going to no-scope you before the game's over. That was nasty. Give me that kill. He's going to kill Crowley. Crowley, did you get that? No, you didn't, of course. Look at Crowley. Crowley's dead. Teabag time. Pow, 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 pow. You guys suck. Quit Halo. Jeez, go play Call of Duty 4. All right, let's get that only noob kid in here.
What's your definition of a noob?
A noob? New to the game. Somebody does not know what they're doing, and somebody who trash talks and still gets their ass handed to them. Yeah, stupid noobs.
Having a social aspect to the game where you're not just interacting with game characters but with other real people all across the world is very motivating because we are social animals. You know, the most rewarding thing that ever happened to you in your life, I bet, included other people. And the most damaging thing that ever happened to you in your life, I'm sure, included other people. That in fact, other people are the most motivating things about our environment. And so if there are real people in the game, that's going to make that game much more powerful, much more interesting for us to play.
I remember actually one of the first PC games, there was an FPS called Aliens vs. Predator, and there's been several iterations of it, but it was one that came out in the mid-90s. But what was really kind of interesting about it was one of the first games that put voice chat into it. So if you had a microphone, you could talk. And I remember we installed all the software to use the voice chat. We were so excited about, you know, going to go log in and actually be able to talk to the people instead of trying to stop and type. Because half the time you'd be killed while you're typing. So we log in, and I think the first thing I heard was a bunch of static, because it wasn't a good connection. A bunch of static, and then faggot. That is kind of, You know you're playing an online game when somebody calls somebody a faggot. That is, it's not PC, but you know you're playing online.
The question about video games often gets reduced to a really oversimplified issue. Are games good or bad? And that's a stupid question. It really minimizes the issue, because in fact, any given game could have both positive and negative effects all at the same time.
People can get really mad when they play. I saw some people get pretty mad after they lost, and you know, you try and tell them good game, and you know, they don't want to hear it.
Some people get on and just call you names and stuff if something bad happens, but there's other people who like make jokes about it. I think it's just a form of entertainment. People sit around watching movies, watching TV all the time, and I just play video games for fun.
Well, if I could play, I'd play it all day, but yeah, we don't ever get that chance.
Like I said, you know, some people, when it comes to Guitar Hero and Rock Band, you know, they're sitting there living out their dreams. Like I said before, they're living out their rock star talents and stuff like that that they never had before.
It's just an expansion of what we really can do here. It makes life more interesting, that's for sure.
Playing online makes the game a lot more competitive, since you're playing against a wider range of people. You know, you got people from like all over the world.
Definitely, I actually started a game once, and you know, I'm big into trash talk a little bit. I was playing a guy, and you know, we're talking trash back and forth, and then it just kind of turned into a giggle thing, and you know, we became friends, and you know, sure enough, this guy lives right up the street from me. And I'm like, whoa, you're from Des Moines? He's like, yeah, I live here. And I'm like, dude, I'm actually 2 blocks away from you right now. So just out of all the thousands of people in the world I could have played against, I played a guy that was right up the block, so that was pretty weird.
Whatever, you can call me stud, straight dominance, captain amazing, danger pone, Dan the man, whatever.